Welcome, I'm Louis Armenta DeLombre. We're going to be talking about graphic design and the infusion of AI with this design, right? So the vehicle that we're looking at right now, it's a program that I teach called Creative Conductor AI, and I take you through the whole process of designing this vehicle here. We use traditional graphic design from a high power graphic design program, right? I'm big on using AI, but using it with traditional graphic design skills. So first, we start off with the base, which is those stripes that run from the bumper to the bumper. You'll find those on the traditional design that we did on our other vehicle, right? Within high power graphic design. We took that, we brought that over here. And then from there, we started building using AI. The skulls, the writing, the paint drips, all that's AI. I wanted to do something I knew that I could draw myself, right? But it would take me weeks opposed to taking me hours to do. We have streak marks going over the actual artwork. If you're familiar with graffiti art, it was for me it was in the 90s. We had what we called streaks, and whenever we would do artwork, I'm not a graffiti artist. I'm just saying that whenever we would do artwork, we'd use streaks, and it was something construction workers would use, right? And so I brought that over and I dropped that over onto the vehicle here, onto the body, the design of it. And we just started building layers. We also used Illustrator and Photoshop, right, to complete that. Now, this vehicle here, if you're familiar with it, right, I use it a lot. I talk about it a lot. This is our main mobile, right, within traditional graphic design and the course that we teach. This started using number two pencil or lead pencil. We did inking, we did the mural, the collage for it. We did the tracing in Illustrator. So everything is really, really going back to the roots of design, right? The fundamentals and the colors, the color theory, the lettering is all using traditional graphic design. But when we got into the AI, we came and we blended those two worlds together. So it just functions seamlessly, right? Now, keep this in mind, the time that's spent, like I mentioned, opposed to weeks versus hours, right? So I went ahead and, I said, if I want to teach this, I have to use it in the real world, right? I could get on here and start telling you, you know what, you got to do this, you got to do that. But if there's no real world knowledge, you didn't take it and you use it in a job and you made money off of it, then I feel I shouldn't be able to teach you that. A lot of us had an issue with teachers that taught us art, but they weren't artists themselves, right? I didn't want to be that. So we came over here, and when it was time to design this AI vehicle that we're looking at now, I had to do something that was real world so I could teach my students. So this is what we got. Beautiful design. The colors are vibrant. We take you through the whole process of upscaling and printing. I really, really feel that there's a big future still for those that want to enter the graphic design industry, multimedia, and but learn your storytelling. Learn to tell a good story. All right, man. I'm Louis Armenta DeLombre, and visit me at LearnGD.com, and that's right there on the screen. Or if you're just listening to the audio, it's LearnGD.com. That's LearnGD.com. I'm Louis, and if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and give me a thumbs up. All right, man. Catch you on the next one. Bye.